welcome back to my channel. It is DripInJoy, aka DripInJoy. We in the building, and if you are new here, I specialize in glueless wigs, installs, and plenty more. Just check out my other videos and you can get to know me a little better. Alright y'all, so y'all already see by the name of the title what we doing today. We are sewing in a frontal on this wig. We're making a frontal wig today. Normally I'll make the closures, but today we're doing a frontal. So y'all stick to the end of the video and see how I get this finished look. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get into it. Alright y'all, so the first thing we definitely want to do is go ahead and place the frontal on the cap itself. How I normally do this, I start in the middle, leaving at least 1 to 2 inches out from the hairline, because you don't want to directly pin the frontal on the cap directly on the hairline. You want to at least go ahead and pin the hairline at least 1 to 2 inches off the cap. The reasons why is because when you're doing the install, if you place it directly at the beginning of the cap and the hairline, the frontal is pretty much is not going to sit correctly on your head, and it's not going to give you that space to go ahead and adjust it. It's going to pretty much give you wiggy. That is pretty much a thing where you have to experience to know that, look, this is not correct. But anywho, once you do the middle, everything else becomes so easy to place. The sides will naturally have a fall to it. You want to make sure that when you're pulling the sides, you don't want to pull it like, oh, you're trying to rip your wig out, but you just want to actually like hold it and place it to where it naturally want to fall. So once you find that natural fall, you want to go ahead and pin it down to keep it secure so that we can get ready to sew it. Also, when you are pinning it down on the side, there will be like an inch that will be coming off the cap. That is totally fine. It's supposed to be that way. So the same way how you put an inch forward for the cap, the same way how you want to do it on the sides. If you can notice right there, there is a little inch off the cap that I'm not going to be sewing in, which I stated to you guys that is totally fine, and that's normal. That's how it's supposed to be. Now, once you pin down your, your section, you want to go ahead and start sewing it. How I sew, normally I sew from the top of the frontal to the cap. To me, I feel like it gets a better secure that way. Everybody has their own way of sewing, but to me, I just like this technique a little better. I feel like it's tighter. Also, once you're sewing, it's super simple. You just want to go ahead and sew straight across. Unlike the closure, you will have to sew like in a box. With the frontal, it's a bit more simple. It's just going in a straight line. So normally for the other side, I will go ahead and start with the new sewing, with the new needle, I don't actually sew it right straight across. I pretty much sew to the middle, and then I will go ahead and start on the other side and then sew to the middle as well. I do notice that I started sewing from the cap to the frontal on this side. It's okay. I just want to let you know, if you guys notice that it's okay that it was sewed that way. It still will be tight as long as you're making your knots. But I technically prefer doing it the other way. If you guys can notice, if you sew it this way, it leaves those lines that it's just like if you comb it, your comb could kind of get stuck in between those lines. That's the reason why I sew it the other way. But I kind of like wanted to show you guys both ways of sewing it. Alright, so we're almost done with this frontal, honey. Let's go ahead and see the finished product. So she is all done. She is all finished. Just want to cut that little piece on the top, and we are done. Now we can go ahead and start sewing our bundles. Stick tuned to the next video. I will go ahead and show y'all how I sew in my bundles using this cap with this frontal. Thank y'all so much for tuning in and watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe for more videos, and I'll catch y'all in my next video. Later.